Hey there, WEB101. What I'll do is include these videos at the top of every session from here on out. I realized I did not have a session introduction included with all the material, and I know what you're thinking. Great, there's one more damn link for me to go ahead and follow through to, but I feel like maybe, just maybe, the normalcy of having an intro there will make it feel more like we're not in a weird, bizarre hellscape of 2020, and I think that that'll be a good thing. So over the course of the first session, so every introduction begins with a recap, right? Over the course of the first session, what you were able to do was create some very rudimentary but very, capable web pages, right? So in chapter 2, what you were able to do was create essentially the very, very first generation of web pages with design that was very, very static, very, very simple, but it was still capable of conveying your message to your unknown potential future clients. So they are the demographic I'm going to refer to all the time throughout the rest of this course. Is some websites are made for a very well-known, very well-tailored group of individuals, your current clients. Most websites are not made for your current clients. They are made for unknown potential future clients. If you think about rockvalleycollege.edu, when you go to rockvalleycollege.edu, I know, because I've heard this feedback from students before, is it's difficult to navigate, right? You want to go to rockvalleycollege.edu and find course information. You want to go and find registration information. You want to go and find the bookstore a couple of times a year. But that's really not what rockvalleycollege.edu is out there for, right? rockvalleycollege.edu is out there for everybody else here in the community that is not yet one of our students, so that they might, in the future, attend. So we are always trying to gain more potential future clients with our web pages. And that's what you were able to do in chapter 2. Now in chapter 4, we were able to see the benefit of the cascading style sheet. That's where I'm going to keep forgetting, and I'm going to use this left arm, and I'm just going to wince. Just move on, I will. So we are going to have one style sheet, and that style sheet is going to have an influence, an immediate impact and influence on, potentially dozens or hundreds or thousands of other web pages. So the cascading style sheet really is your best friend here moving forward. So for those of you who are still a little uncomfortable with what is the dynamic between the cascading style sheet and the HTML, think of it this way. Your cascading style sheet will maintain all of the style elements that you have for your web, not just page, but site. So this is where we keep all of our H1 descriptors, right? So what color are H1s? What size are they? What color are paragraphs? What size are they? And we're actually going to get a lot better utility already here in session 2 out of the cascading style sheet. And over here in the HTML, this is where we're going to keep all of our messaging to our unknown potential future client. This is where rockvalleycollege.edu, Rock Valley College, our big banner, goes. This is where, all of the links to our other pages go. This is where our actual paragraphs would go, and all the text and the context and things that we want to give to our unknown potential future clients ends up. So one place you put your style, the other place you put the message, and for the most part we're going to try and keep those separated, because your message will change potentially more frequently than the style elements of your page will change. So we don't need to have those in like essentially constant conflict for your attention as a developer. So that's what you saw in chapter 4 was, the the interchange of those two things. Now in chapters 5 and 6 for this week, so that's before. Now we're looking ahead. Actually, for this week we have chapters 3, 5, and 6. What you'll notice for chapter 3 is there are no deliverables. Chapter 3 talks about the art as opposed to the science of HTML and CSS, so web design. In chapter 3, what you'll hear about is color theory. In chapter 3, what you'll hear about is balance. In chapter 3, what you'll hear about is above the fold. What you'll hear about is all of those things that your brain takes in meta. You give a fraction of a minute. You really give upwards of 3 seconds, but really it's much, much less than that. You give a fraction of a moment to evaluating if a web page is going to meet your needs. That means you're really not addressing the content so much. You are looking at other things like, is everything where I expect it to be? Are the images high quality? Is it loading fast enough? Does it look like a modern website? And once your brain is done with that, you either leave the page or you continue more carefully to evaluate things like content. So here in chapter 3, what you'll listen to is just a ton of different things on the art element of web design. We also have for you here for chapters 5 and 6 things like images, places to find high quality, royalty free images. Those are fantastic resources for you to bookmark and keep, not just here for web design. You are going to come back and need those, but in other classes. Think about being able to use high quality, royalty free images instead of really shitty, crappy clip art in Word. That would be great. Or in PowerPoint. That would be great. So everything we do in 3, 5, and 6 has an application to the wider world of design, which you really will be involved with. So those are the things that you'll see here in the session 2 module, including this. As you progress down, just to let you know what you'll see, we'll walk through, and I am not picking happywalkmenu.com as a to be nasty, essentially, is what I'm trying to say. I am picking happywalk.com or happywalkmenu.com rather, because I really do believe that it represents a challenge. I do believe that it represents an opportunity. Think about now more than ever. Everybody is at home. Everybody is using the web as our only portal to everything else that is happening out there in the world. If your web page looks like happywalkmenu.com, you're on the internet, and that's good. But everything else that we're going to do throughout this course is going to expand on that and give a company like happywalkmenu.com. I believe it's Happy Walk Rockford is the name of the Chinese food place. It represents an opportunity for them, and you will represent an opportunity for them to be able to help them develop a better, more modern, more responsive website that's going to meet the needs of more customers, that's going to attract more unknown potential future clients, and therefore sell more sweet and sour chicken and crab rangoon, and it's lunchtime for me and I'm getting hungry. So you'll see what you already know how to do vis-a-vis the happywalkmenu.com webpage. And as you progress rather down through the rest of the material, you'll learn more about color theory, you'll learn more about fonts and font faces, you'll learn more about where to find high quality royalty free images, you'll learn more about what you can do to really get the most out of the scaffolding that HTML and CSS provide you and learn how to use those with classes and IDs, and stop letting the web tell you how to design a page, and you get to start telling the web how your web pages will look. So 5, 6, and 3 are really exciting, break off points to pivoting from the very, very earliest portions of the web. And, so like 1996 is where your journey stopped at the end of chapter 4. And we are going to progress all the way to 2007 here in 5 and 6. And that is a remarkable amount of time as far as the web is concerned. So have at it.